जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
ಲಕ್ನೋ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Punjab Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो।
Well, the captain Sam Curran saves Punjab the blushes. They register what is their 5th win in this season. They were at number 10. They will now go up to number 9 courtesy this win against the Rajasthan Royals, who have now lost 4 in a row. Take a look at the match summary. Just 145 to win. At one stage, they were 4 down in very quick time. But then Sam Curran partnered with Jitesh Sharma to seal the deal for Punjab. 5th win for them. This one by 5 wickets. Lisa Sthalekar and Bhattacharjya in the house. Do we talk about Punjab's win, or do we talk about RR's 4 losses in a row? What's the bigger story here?
I think the biggest story is Rajasthan, and just seem to be faltering as they get close to that finish line.
Yeah.
They were the front runners for 6 out of the 8 weeks of a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everyone was saying everything's ticking along nicely. Yes, they'd like a little bit more runs from certain players, and then all of a sudden the next game they would step up.
Yeah.
Things were going in the right direction, but now the wheels are starting to fall off. And whilst no doubt the coaching staff would have been calm, saying, hang on, this is a difficult pitch, we can defend this.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a few people a little bit unsettled in their camp.
Let me go further than that. They had been getting runs, they had been doing well. But like Robin Powell got runs right up front. Okay, after that, he hasn't really got runs after that.
Yeah.
What's happened is that basically because you're 1, 2, 3 or 4, one of them have got the runs. Mostly 4, the most consistent has been Riyan Parag. But Sanju Samson has also had a 500-run season. And the top 2 have got runs. Basically, what's happened is 5, 6, 7, 8. The fact that they've not really been performing or having that many chances has not shown up so far.
Yeah.
So basically, Dhruv Jurel has not got runs. Hetmeyer has been injured. Powell has been in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. So that 4, 5, 6 that they had, and they tried to get Shubham Dubey in. He didn't work. Donovan Ferreira in. He didn't work. So basically, their big problem is if their top 4 go, and now their top 4 is a top 3 because you don't have Josh Butler anymore. What happens after that?
Worrying signs. They won 8 of their first 9, and now they've lost the last 4. So the individual issues that Joy is referring to will get highlighted a lot more when the team starts to lose, right?
Yeah, it does. Victories have a tendency to kind of smooth over any kind of cracks within a side, and it doesn't matter who's faltering. You win, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
But the fact that now it's 4 on the trot, they've still got another game there at Guwahati.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I keep harping on about. Don't change your home venue right at the end when things get really crucial, when you've actually been playing really well at your other home venue.
Yeah.
So, it's not an ideal situation for them. And this is now where you pay the big bucks to the head coaches and the coaching staff to try and turn this around pretty quick smart.
They play that last league game, which is the last league game of the season. It's against KKR on Sunday, the evening game. What does Kumar Sangakkara and co have to do now? How do you arrest it? Because they were on a roller coaster and it's suddenly now looking downhill.
And a lot of things are going to go. Because what happens now is that if, on the other hand, if these people win, if SRH registers a victory, then suddenly these guys have a chance of falling into 3rd place, Rajasthan.
SRH, CSK both have a chance to finish in the top 2.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a huge thing. So for them, it's going to be a must-win match. Kolkata will not want to lose to them because if Kolkata loses to them, they might be playing them again in 48 hours for the first qualifier.
In the first qualifier, yes.
Yeah? So Kolkata will not say, you don't want to lose to an opponent under whatever circumstances you're going to play them in 48 hours.
Yeah.
So you don't want to lose that momentum, give them that opportunity, that psychological advantage.
It's these last 4 that could cost them the trophy, because if they finish 3 or 4, then there's just one chance to make it through to the final. So losses in the second half for a team that's done well in the first half, these losses can hurt really, really badly.
Yeah, it stinks. Oh, actually, let's be honest. It's not nice losing any time. At the start, at the end, in the middle, it's not great. But you want to be all humming right at the end. that everyone is coming in full of confidence. And it also doesn't help that some of their senior players are leaving, as in Butler. Some other teams are faced with the same thing, but it's never ideal. But they knew that from the start. So, the questions may be asked, did they bring Tom Kohler-Cadmore in too late? He's got 2 games to get himself going. Could they have blooded him a little bit earlier? So all of those, whereas if they had won, that wouldn't have been, that won't be discussed. But now all of these things start to be put on the table.
Who could they have brought him in for?
Well, this is the thing. Maybe you rest Butler. He was coming in as an impact player. He wasn't even fielding.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily agree with that way of using the impact player.
Yeah.
So they could have just completely rested him and say, recover, chill out, relax. We'll give Tom a go because we're going to have to use him at some point.
Yeah.
So that's where they could have been a little bit better. But everyone's wanting to get in and qualify. I get that.
Yeah.
But there's also got to be an eye for the finals. And by thinking positively, you'll get in there, right?
Yeah. So I suppose a really long one-on-one between Sangakkara and Yashasvi Jaiswal very soon because you need runs. Samson's done all right. Jaiswal hasn't scored runs. You need those 2 to step up.
I think conversations and all this past it. I think they all know what they have to do. I think they've got to figure out a way. What's going to happen is one of the things that you just touched upon. I want to go further. This business about having teams play playoff games, like the NBA does all this very well. The NBA will have a pre-season tournament where you play wherever you want to. They come to Japan to play. They go to Europe to play. Doesn't matter. Pre-season tournament. Once the tournament is on, to play in Guwahati when you should be playing in your fortress. I've used that word. I'm obviously that angry that I'm using that word, but you should be playing in Rajasthan. You should be playing at Savai Mansingh. Why are you playing in Guwahati?
It's also a long flight, Jaipur to Guwahati.
Yeah. And then Jaipur to Guwahati. Now you're going to go to Guwahati, finish out there, then you probably have to go straight to Chennai.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things happening out there. Again, even Punjab will look at it and say that Dharamshala last 2 matches, suddenly it's a season that's gone. Your last 2 home matches are somewhere where you're not used to playing at all.
Yeah.
And these may be good to sell tickets, but the IPL today is at a stage where you don't need to sell tickets or get people in for teams to be profitable. That day is past. That's in the past. And it never was that much of a necessity.
Yeah.
So then what does that mean? You're basically giving your team, you're hamstringing your team at a point when they need you most. Rajasthan would have loved to play those 2 home games.
It happened to Delhi as well. They had to go to Vizag to play a couple of home games.
Go and ask Rajasthan
I think they
whether
had to because of the elections.
Elections,
right.
yes, of course, yeah.
But I think sometimes the best thing you can do, and maybe Rajasthan will do this, is you've got the next game till Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the next day, no training, no practice.
Nothing.
Let's go for a hike. Let's go have a great meal. Let's go dance. Let's just relax. Not even talk about cricket. Who cares about cricket? Just get them thinking in a different space.
I totally agree. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
There's no discussion that's going to happen. I promise you that. No post-game,
Everyone knows. Everyone knows what
post-mortem.
they've done. Yeah.
Well, they do have the Q next to their name, but they would have been hoping to finish in the top 2. Let's find out what this loss has done to their numbers. Still at number 2. But mind you, Chennai, Hyderabad eyeing a spot in the top 2. Kolkata most likely to finish. In fact, they will finish at number 1 is what it looks like. Yes, they will. So Chennai, Hyderabad, they will be licking their lips joy, seeing Rajasthan lose. And they have a tough game against KKR, the last one.
Yeah, they have a tough game, and that's the point, that KKR will not want to lose because they will not want to allow a team which is 3rd place to come into 2nd place and then again play them again.
Yeah. Right, Punjab, Sam Curran at the toss spoke about playing for pride, winning to make sure that they end the season on a high, and he's done all right as captain today, scored the runs as well when they were in a bit of a tricky spot.
Yeah, he's done exceptionally well. And also, to be honest, fresh faces as well. Yeah. Fresh faces coming into Punjab means that all of a sudden, they've got nothing to lose. They want to play to their best because that's been their opportunity. So I think Sam Curran managed that, but I think also fresh faces that haven't been scarred from the tournament has really assisted.
They were at 36 for 3 when Shashank Singh got out. The captain Sam Curran came into bat at number 5 and scored 63 runs, ensure that the team goes through and goes past that finish line, giving Punjab their 5th win. And therefore, Sam Curran is our Omni Gel Spray performer of the day. He ensured that there was no pain, no further pain for the Punjab fans. It was a mature innings, didn't do anything funny.
Absolutely. It was a very well-made innings, and he took his chances right at the end. If you see, 2 sixes in the last 5 balls that he faced, and those were crucial sixes.
Yep.
They basically set the game up.
Yep.
And I think that's what he did so well. Even he got 2 wickets while bowling, 3 overs for 24, took 2 wickets. So it's an all-round performance. He captained the team. There's very little that Sam Curran hasn't done today. I mean, he's overwhelmingly the overall performer of the day. In fact, we were discussing it that even if Punjab had maybe not reached the finishing post, he was still a very strong candidate to make it just because of his overall performance.
Played the spinners really well, went after Ashwin and Chahal, and they didn't have much batting left after that. Ashutosh Sharma, well, may do well on a day, may not do well on another day, but such a great show of calmness and maturity.
Yeah, assess the situation exceptionally well. They weren't in the ideal situation when they lost 4 wickets, and you thought, oh, hang on, Rajasthan maybe they've seen something and they realise they when they won the toss to bat first, yes, 140 is probably 20 runs short, but their bowlers can get them out of this.
Yep.
And you thought that within the first 4 wickets.
Yep.
But then that partnership, and it was mainly Sam Curran. You could tell that he was communicating with his partners each time they came in, and he was taking on the main role of, okay, I need to pick which ball I want to put or who I'm going to target. He was able to do that.
You see with Jitesh also, Jitesh just got 22 of 20 and you could see him talking. Jitesh has gone too early too many times this tournament, you know. And this is the one time he hit that 1-6 which was out of the ground, and after that Sam Curran was shepherding him and literally almost telling him, you don't take on him, take the single, let me take on the player.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they did really well. The left-right combination, they played it really well. That 63-run partnership was the base. And then I thought Ashutosh Sharma came in the end and played some decent cricket as well.
Now, at times, the cynics have said that Sam Curran at times has been overpaid by IPL franchises. How do you rate him as a T20 cricketer in these conditions, and could he be part of their retention plans next season?
It's funny about, overpaid. It's whatever one wants to pay, right? So if someone really wants you and someone else wants you, you'll pay more, right?
Exactly.
All you need is 2 people.
At least 2 people want you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yep. Does he get retained next season?
I think he'll go close to it. I think that he's the type of player that steps up. Yes, he probably hasn't been as consistent as they would have liked.
Yeah.
But we don't know what goes on behind closed doors and how difficult it could be for a captain. And also remember that he's not actually the captain. He stepped into that role. And it's a big task to be an all-rounder, I think, because he bats high up the order. So you're actually asking a lot of this guy. So could they manage him better like Chennai have done when he was really good? So I think there's still more to get out of him, but you've got to... Maybe they're asking too much.
I also feel there's one other thing I'd look at, which is that these conditions suit him a bit, even as a bowler. Ball stopping a bit. He likes those pitches. Chennai's pitches suited him to a T. Punjab, these pitches have not suited him. So his bowling has been largely ineffective. And he's not got that sort of thing that he had. He needs pitches to just hold on him a bit. And then he's a different bowler altogether. So I think those are the kind of things. So perhaps Punjab may not be the most suitable franchise, but I still think he's done enough to put a pretty decent case for...
I suppose retention, etc. is a conversation for another day. Today they can celebrate and heave a sigh of relief because with an innings of 63, the captain Sam Curran has become our Omni-Gel Spray performer of the day. He ensured there was no pain for the Punjab fans. Now, when you're chasing 145... consider yourselves lucky that you were 3 down and yet you went on to win. The other batters, the top order, Prabh Simran, Riley Russo was there, Johnny Bairstow as well. Why is old-fashioned cricket considered so boring at this level in 2024? 145 to chase. Can't simple cricket win the game for you?
It can, and that's why Punjab were able to do it. The problem is the fans are used to the balls scaling out of the ground. So I think it's great to see these low totals. And we saw that also in Chennai and Mike Hussey kind of saying, I kind of prefer these pitches. I think maybe the traditionalists in all of us prefer a good contest between bat and ball. I think that's all you want, right? You want to see the bowlers be able to win some of the little games that they play and it not be a complete road. So that's why, and then the tactics start to come into, right? Who am I going to bowl from this end? I've got to take the change of pace. I've got this many spinners. I'm going to get my impact sub. So those type of manoeuvres a lot of people enjoy that, not just the ball sailing out of the ground.
Yeah, a different kind of T20 chase this was. There were 39 in the power play, 63 for 4 in the first 10. And when you're chasing 145, you're always in with a chance, aren't you?
Absolutely.
It wasn't a big total to chase.
The highest run rate, I think the highest asking went to about 10, 10.2. Then they hit a couple of 4s and hit a 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Came down again. So they always kept it. It never went above that 10.5, 11. It never reached those heights. And I think that was managed really well by them. Yeah. So they knew what they were doing. Then they took no risks at all. I think Jitesh must be cursing himself that he finally went after the bowling when he needn't have. But because target was still very much in control at that point in time.
Right, the bowling card now. Sandeep Sharma bowled 3 overs in the power play. He did all right. The ball was doing a bit. Good that they used him for 3 overs in the power play because he was their best bet along with Trent Boult in the power play.
Yeah, I think we know that those type of bowlers, Boult and Sharma, they tend to swing the ball nicely. So the ball was moving a fair bit. Seemed like it was moving even more than the first innings. So when the conditions suit the bowlers in that instance, absolutely put all your eggs in one basket because it's going to be a lot easier for the batters to kind of jump in on them at the end. So I didn't mind that tactic. And they needed, because they had scored such a modest total, you had to take as many wickets up front.
Yeah.
That's my only point. I would have probably not waited for Boult to bowl the 20th. Probably would have taken a chance with him earlier and said, he's a wicket-taking bowler, let me just try and get another wicket.
And yet you pushed Punjab till the 19th over. I mean, what else could they have done? Because they kept sort of doing most things right. And the spinners as well, Chahal and Ashwin gave away 62 in their 8. Take a look at their figures.
Chahal picked 4 and 31, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, just not enough runs on the board, right?
Yeah, I think that was the issue. I do feel like 160, and I think we said it in the com box for the first innings, was a total that could have been defended here. But 140, you haven't got that much scoreboard pressure and not enough for your bowlers to kind of play with.
Yeah. And the fact that they had to use their impact sub in the first innings as well didn't allow them to get in an extra bowler. Nandre Berger, Keshav Maharaj, I think, was one option as well. So if the batting starts to go right, it can have a positive impact on their bowling as well.
Correct, yeah. Keshav Maharaj might have been really useful on a pitch like this. But if you look at it that way, we are thinking about it like that. But if you see Punjab bowling, okay, Punjab bowled only 1 over of Harpreet. Chahar bowled 4 overs, but they bowled only 1 over of Harpreet.
He was a 6th bowler.
Yes.
Yeah, they used 6 bowlers, so yeah.
So they used 6 bowler, but only 1 over of Harpreet, which meant that actually what's happened, they had used 15 overs of fast or medium fast bowling, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So perhaps, what we are thinking that he would have been very effective, Maharaj had been very effective, the left arm finger spinner did not work for Punjab. So perhaps it didn't make that much of a difference, if you know what I mean.
But the bowlers should be okay with what they did today, pushed Punjab till the 19th over.
You can't ask for more, right?
Yeah.
They picked up wickets at the front end. They were able to take it as deep as they did.
Yeah.
Just didn't have enough runs on the board to put enough pressure.
A low-scoring T20 game in the back end of the IPL. Well, this one wasn't short of some moments that we on Cricbuzz Live refer to as the carrier room air conditioners coolest moment of the match. Tough to pick one. There were quite a few.
Yeah, I've got a few, but I have one favourite, which is of course now so common in the field. But basically, yes, the catch.
Chahal catch.
Not Chahal catch is hers. She loves the Chahal catch.
Yeah.
I think for me it was Donovan Ferreira.
Okay.
And it took it in the boundary and then threw it back.
The relay catch.
The
between him
relay
and
catch.
Curran.
It was nicely done. Bairstow, big moment, big batter. It was right up close to the boundary. And what I liked was not the fact that the relay catch. They did it with so much ease nowadays. They practice this so well. It's like catching practice. Hey, take it.
Yeah.
It's yours.
For you?
Chahal, the old. I've got it as I'm falling, and then Bolt's face. And I thought the commentators did well to even extrapolate that even more. What Boult was thinking as the ball went up and realised who was catching it.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Oh, the shell there.
Yeah.
Did you just catch it?
Yeah, and then it was a whew, okay, glad. So I thought that was
How rare is an Indian fielder doing this, the reverse cup?
How rare is the fielder almost hitting the ground, falling over
before he
took the
catches
catch?
it. Yes, exactly.
Was the ball heavier than Yuzvendra Chahal's weight? It looked a bit like that. Some of our viewers have also sent in their entries. Yes, you have a point to make.
Nothing. I just said that won't be in any coaching manual. I promise you.
Well, a couple of entries from our viewers on Cricbuzz Live. They've sent us their entries for what they thought was the coolest moment of the match. The smile from Bolt when the catch went to Yuzi, and that smile again from Bolt when Yuzi completed the catch. That's the one that he's picked. He's also tagged Joy. Good way to get featured on the show. Amir Bhimani, well done. Let's take a look at the other one. We got 3, I believe. This is the second one from Maestro Manohar. Ashwin's breezy cameo every now and then shows that his value, either with the bat or the ball, is beyond stats. That's his career coolest moment of the match. We've got one more. Let's take a look at it quickly. Neha Jaiswal reckons, interesting. Rajasthan, Spain is Hyderabad's gain. Cummins' team can win both games and find themselves in the top 2. Hashtag Go Orange Army. Clearly a Hyderabadi watching this game for selfish reasons. Hyderabad will fancy themselves.
They always fancy themselves. So
they win
that's
two,
the way they play the game. Yeah,
they play Punjab in their last game and
they win two,
Gujarat
and they're playing a particular brand of cricket where they fancy themselves. That's the way they play. It's just overwhelming force. That's what they try and do.
You reckon SRH can finish in the top 2?
Yeah, I do. They're playing
Gujarat
at home.
and Punjab?
Yeah, they're playing at home. They're full of confidence. They don't have to travel anywhere. They've unpacked. They're relaxed. Things are going nicely. They've got a very cool, relaxed captain. So I think the fact that they've got that opportunity just to ram at home will be really good for them. So Hyderabad is certainly looking like a popular choice.
Absolutely.
Pat Cummins has pretty much won everything that there is to win on this planet. As Indians, we know what he can do, but he's done all right in his first outing as
the only thing that I think Pat Cummins will not win in the near
is the Ranji Trophy.
No, is a dance competition. Jhalak Dikhla Jai in dance competition. That's the one thing that he's not going to win. I've seen that video. Pat, I love you. But if you're thinking of a career in Bollywood, perhaps think again.
That one is going straight to the SRH social media team, and I'm sure they'll hit back, because a lot of people these days like to hit back at Joy for everything he says on Cricbuzz Live.
I'm saying this directly to Pat. Hear me, Pat. You're a lovely man. I love you.
He probably agrees with you. He's just blaming his family members for that.
Right. Points table. Let's take a look at where they find themselves. But before that, make sure you stay tuned to Cricbuzz Live, because this is where we talk about the carrier room air conditioners coolest moment of the match. Now the points table, because SRH and CSK will fancy themselves. RR have shot themselves in the foot with 4 back-to-back losses after winning 8 of their first 9. So it's looking tricky for RR. Kolkata, meanwhile, will finish at number 1. They will most certainly have 2 chances. Would you hazard a guess on who takes the trophy on the 26th?
Yeah, there's a part of me that thinks Bengaluru are going to sneak in. I just feel like the stars are aligning nicely for that to happen. But will they go all the way? I think they may falter right at the end. So I think Kolkata will win, which will make this man a very happy man.
It's been a while.
10 years.
See, look at him here.
It's 10 years. I think it's about time. No, I just think if you look at it, the 2 teams that have the most weapons in form, you have to say that it's Hyderabad and Kolkata. Kolkata being higher. Just the number of people in form. The only discordant note I have to say is that Phil Salt going is going to hurt them. Salt going is going to hurt them. And I feel Salt going is going to hurt them even more than Butler going is hurting Rajasthan.
Lisa, this is your last appearance on Cricbuzz Live. Do you want to tell us who finishes where? KKR is, of course, 1, so 2, 3, 4 for you?
Well, I kind of just said Bengaluru, didn't I, as 2. The one thing is, Hyderabad, I like what they do. The only thing I'm concerned about is the pitches may not be what they want. So when it's not flat and hard, they have lost their way because they want to play a certain style. They want to kind of stamp their authority on it. So that's my only concern about them. I haven't seen enough adaptability. It might happen in the last 2 games. So therefore I'll go KKR, RCB. That'll keep all of you RCB fans happy. Hyderabad, and then who's...
I think if the way you look at it, then Rajasthan has to be there.
Oh, yeah, Rajasthan, and then...
Yeah, Rajasthan has to be a qualifier.
Yes.
Rajasthan have 1 game left. Remember, only 5 league games left this season. Sunday will be a double-header, but the big one is on Saturday. Bengaluru versus Chennai. Rain could play spoil sport against Bengaluru because 1 point will not do it for them. They need to win by 18 runs or with 10 balls to spare. Do RCB have a chance? Could it be their season? 5 wins in a row, Joy.
I love the story.
Great story.
I love a story. It's well written. It needs a good ending.
Yeah.
But there are two stories colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is the Dhoni story colliding with RCB's miracle story.
Yeah.
So only one of those stories can become reality. You'd wish both of them reached the semi-finals and something happened.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the way the stars have aligned, only one of those two stories will come true.
What's a
Now,
more
whose
romantic?
fairy tale will come?
What's a more romantic story? Dhoni winning the IPL 6th time in Chennai, or Kohli winning his first? Kohli will have his chances in the future.
I'd have to say Dhoni, based on the amount of yellow shirts in all of the stadiums.
Even in Bengaluru.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I think that's what the fans really want.
Yep. Is that the game that...
You're not travelling via Bangalore in your way there.
I put them second, right? But he's asked me what's the most romantic story.
You actually put them second, which means they've qualified.
Yeah.
They've won that match. Actually.
Chennai fans will take care of it. They will neutralize the effect of RCB fans having a go at Lisa Sthalekar. Right. The next game will feature Pat Cummins' SRH and Shubman Gill's Hyderabad. Hyderabad have done very well so far. They're in with a chance as well to finish in the top two. But SRH, very Aussie in their DNA. And at this stage, nearing the league, end of the league stage, they will have this no-nonsense approach. They don't want any hiccups going into the playoffs.
No, and they're fortunate that they get to stay at home.
Yeah.
They don't need to travel anywhere and play at different surfaces. They can pretty much ask for what they want, and hopefully the head curator delivers as well. So they're in the best position to get this done and finish on an absolute high.
Beat LSG by 10 wickets within 10 overs in their last game, so things looking all right for them. No real cause of concern.
Yeah, look, the way they play their cricket, they're going to have days where the two openers don't go up. They could be 20 for 3.
Yeah.
That's the way they play their cricket. But you have to back them to say that at this point in time, they have the firepower. Also, I still think you haven't seen the best of Klaasen. Klaasen still has a lot to give. He's possibly the most... after Surya Kumar Yadav, he's possibly one of those players who can really change games in that middle order. So I think really Klaasen is a key for me. I think they have enough firepower. Changes.
Does Tanveer Singh continue to get a game? Or what about that Sri Lankan spinner who has featured in the past? Vyas Khan played that game as well. So any changes? Would you maybe bring in a Marco Jansen, perhaps?
No, I don't think he's right, to be honest. Okay. So, given that they won the last game, a thumping victory against Lucknow, playing at the same venue, I would go with the same team.
Yeah. Also, what they are trying to do is Vyas Khan is also a bet for them when they're going to play in Chennai. So, if you go and look at their team composition, if you can put it up again, see the number of spinners they're playing now. They're playing Shahbaz. Okay, Shahbaz spins the ball. They have Vyas Khan who spins the ball. Samad can bowl off spin. Okay, Unadkat is very much
left arm off spinner.
Yeah, he can do it. He would like pitches like Chennai.
And even Abhishek Sharma.
Yeah, Abhishek Sharma bowls left arm.
Yeah.
So you basically are saying that I can throw 7 to 10 to 11 decent overs of spin / Jaydev Unadkat kind of bowling at you, which might be very useful under conditions that they go there.
They'll also be buoyed by the fact that RR have lost their fourth, so they're in with a chance to finish in the top two. GT, meanwhile, got knocked out after that abandoned game against KKR at home, but it's a chance for them to finish on a high. Clearly, SR is Star's favourites, but GT have got to believe they can finish on a high with a win.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And we saw that in the last time they actually got an opportunity to play. Their openers, Gill and Sai Sudarshan, just did the job. And the emotion that came out of Shubman Gill tells you that he's not happy. He wants to make a point. Yep. He wants to prove that he's the man that can get the job done. Yep. So he's got another opportunity. So it's a side that you actually don't want to meet right now.
Yeah. They just haven't been able to recover from losing Shami, losing Hardik. Things just haven't worked for them. Now, in a game like this, would you try your fringe... They've already tried 23 players. So would you try some of the players who haven't got enough game time, or would you go with your best possible?
I think they'd want to win, but I think what I'd like to see, and I hope it happens again, is let Sudarshan and Shubman open. Let your best two batters open. See the difference when your best two batters open and one person doesn't get out very early.
Yep.
I mean, they're losing... Ridhiman Saz had a fantastic career, has played 15 years of IPL, but I think he's not the player for them at the top of the order right now. That's all.
What about Abhinav Manohar? Joshua Little, do they come in for you? Abhinav Manohar hasn't had enough opportunities this season.
Yeah, I think you almost go with the side that won their last game, right? So you kind of reward those players for victory, and that starts to tell you as a player that you'll be noticed as well, and you will be allowed to continue to go, which might, if you're going to try and keep a similar core group of players, that's going to be good going into next year as well. Like you said, they've already tried so many players.
23.
So how many more do you want to try?
We're done. Players to watch out for. One each.
For me, it's Klaasen and Sai Sudarshan. I think they've both batters, one in great form.
Yep.
Sudarshan, Klaasen, before the World Cup, he should have a couple of decent knocks.
Lisa?
I'm going to go Travis Head.
Easy.
Yeah. And I'm going to go for... Who will I go for? Give me another player, middle order.
Miller?
Wade's not had a chance. Miller's not.
Miller, yes, Miller. David
You've had a
Miller.
pretty good day with our predictions. Lisa for the win.
done.
I just
Finish
wanted
from the
to thank you. Just want to leave on a winning note. I have a feeling I haven't jumped.
Where have you finished on that guessing game
Mr.
leaderboard?
Harsha
Let's put it up
Bhojale.
very quickly. A game that GK and SK have mastered. Manoj Tiwari at 2. Lisa Sthalekar still on the left but at the bottom.
It's all right. Harsha's got a few games
You are
to come
above.
back.
You are above an Aussie legend and an England legend.
Yeah, I'm not worried about those two. They never bothered me, to be honest. But it's Harsha, so I hope when he comes back here, he has a terrible run and that percentage goes down and then I sneak over.
You'll have your time, Lisa. You'll have your time. Have you got the answer to Joy Factor? Did you manage to crack it?
No, never.
Joy,
I'm over it.
please tell us.
Okay, it's somebody who I've been fortunate enough to be in the same team, watch him play. He's quite fast in his time. 18 wickets in his 9 tests. First victim was Darren Bravo. Last was a classy player, Rashim Amla. Indian cricketer, played till 2024 for his state, was a soldier for Jharkhand. The man's name is Varun Aaron. Really good fast bowler. Just possibly, injuries did not allow him to have the career, but he used to bowl at 150 at a time when very few Indian bowlers, crossed 140.
And this question was thought of 30 seconds before we went on air for the pre-show today. So well done on that, Joy. And let's now put up the name of the winner who gets a hello from Lisa and Joy.
Uswa Khan. Wow, this is a new name. I haven't heard that one. Well done, Uswa.
I have a dream, Lisa. Someday Joy will smile on that graphic.
He did, didn't he, last year? And then just very serious. So we'll blame the producers, right? Not you, Joy.
Exactly.
Tough taskmaster, Joy Bhattacharjya. He'll have tougher questions getting into the last few league games and the playoffs. Well, Lisa, you've had fun?
Always had fun. I always love being here. It's one of the most relaxed, comfortable shows around cricket where we get to discuss everything and it becomes a real second family for me. So I've enjoyed my time. Thanks, guys, for having me.
And there is an audience for good, clean cricket shows where cricket's discussed.
Correct. And maybe not much cricket, but that's what we enjoy.
And some food and life philosophy.
Correct.
And things like that. And
we do learn a lot.
Exactly. We all do.
you get a break tomorrow?
I get a break tomorrow.
When are you back?
Day after. It's not
Tomorrow we shall have the superpower battery of Pomi Mbangwa and a vast repository of knowledge, Mr. Harsha Bhojale on Cricbuzz Live. So do join us at 7 p.m. for SRH versus GT. For now, it's goodbye and good night. Sweet dreams. Goodbye, Lisa.
Bye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
Hyderabad Bhattacharjya Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो